My girlfriend and I were together for 4 years and then she cheated on me. This happened a few months ago. My girlfriend cheated in our apartment while I was asleep in our bedroom. It started when summer was just beginning and we wanted friends over to our apartment to hang out and have some drinks and bonfires and just have fun. By chance, I was picking up food for the both of us when all of my childhood best friends, about 6 guys, showed up together to where I was picking up the food. I was excited to see them all and it was a Friday night and I invited all of them back to our apartment to have a bonfire and hang out. They all accepted and that night was one of the best night I had had in a long while. This began to be an event we had every weekend and we were all loving it. My girlfriend has always been too touchy when she has been drinking, but she had always assured me she would never ever cheat and that she despised cheaters, so I wasn't too concerned when she was talking to my friends and getting a little close, because I had absolute trust in her. One of my friends had recently gotten out of a long relationship and he was a lonely person. They had some things in common and that would keep them talking through most of the night. One thing they bonded over was they had both lost an uncle that they had cared about. She called it trauma bonding. Fast forward a few weeks and we're still having the get-togethers. We partied until about 6 a.m. and I decided to smoke some weed with a few friends, and that ended up putting me right to bed. I passed out on our couch and I woke up in our bedroom around noon pretty hungover. I got up because my girlfriend wasn't with me in bed and I walked out to the living room and it was just the two of them. They were both fully clothed and listening to music. I sat down next to her for a minute before I suggest that we get to bed. As soon as we laid down she started crying softly, and she said I love you. Instantly I knew something had happened. She told me they got really drunk and he kissed her, but it was nothing more than that. I was angry and I wanted so badly to do something, but she begged me to not be mad at him or to hurt him, so I obliged. I bottled my anger and I drove him home. I felt off all day, and I had asked her multiple times if anything else had happened and she assured me every time that nothing else did. The next night I was working a graveyard shift and my girlfriend went out to the bar with the same people. I felt insecure leaving her around him, so I left work to go to that bar. She flipped on me, calling me a bitch and telling me that I didn't trust her and that I only left work to babysit her. One of my friends told me that he saw her phone, that she messaged her sister admitting that she actually did cheat. I left the bar in anger, but eventually I got her to go back to our apartment where I gave her an ultimatum: either you tell me the truth right now or I leave. I never thought for a second that she had actually with him because I had absolute trust in her. When presented with the ultimatum she said, if I tell you then you'll leave me, and right at that second I knew. I packed some suitcases and drove to my mom's where I broke down. I tried to message the friend that did this and all I asked him was why. He then blocked me on everything. Still currently staying at my mom's, but I'm not quite sure where to go from here. Comnet. First of all, trauma bonding is when a person falls for someone who is abusing them. What she had going was called an emotional affair. Absolutely 100% cut him off. No text or words, it's beneath you. The same goes for her. Cut your losses and move on. Don't involve friends they know. Text them, hang with them and act like you are living your best life. Nothing pisses people off more than when you're happy and okay. Hit up one of your old girlfriends. Even if just for a beer, you will feel better. Glad you found out now then after you married or worse had a child. The biggest mistake is letting your friends around your girlfriend when you're not around. What should have happened is her telling everyone, including him, it was time to go once you passed out. What makes this even worse is she lied, manipulated, and gaslight you, then put herself in a situation that could cause it to happen again, then got mad you showed up and ruined her fun. The friend who slept with her should be exiled from the friend group voluntarily, as he is a snake and could do this to any of them. If they don't, then think about what kinds of friends they are and if you want them in your life, if they are cool with that happening to you. As for her, there should be no coming back from this. If it is your place, then have her move out and end the relationship. If it's hers, then you go get your things and leave, never to look back again. If both are on the lease or mortgage, then you have to figure out who's staying and who's going or selling the house and split the money. You need to expose them both. Hopefully your other friends will unfriend him and make him feel like crap. If any of your other friends don't do these things, then they truly ain't your friend either. I'm sorry this happened. But over time things will get better. And remember to never take a cheater back. Just watch out, she will likely try to get back with you in the future. It wasn't a drunken mistake, it happened because she wanted to have intimate with him. Otherwise she would have never went to the bar with him the next day. Since your friends know, the first thing you should do is to kick that dude out of your friend group. That guy is no friend to you or anyone in that group and has proven that. Then grab a friend or two, drive to the apartment and get all of your stuff out of it. If you are on the lease for the apartment, then contact your landlord and inform them that you are no longer living in the apartment and want off the lease ASAP. Then just take time to yourself and block her in every way possible. You lost a friend and a girlfriend, so take some time to leave that all behind. It is okay to cry when you are sad and to throw a pillow against a wall when you are angry and alone. I would nuke the secret. Tell your friends, tell her friends, tell her parents, hell tell his parents. Let them know what kinda kids they raised. It's petty but will def get the message home. Thank God you found out now though bro, instead of further down this road. Love how she trickle-truthed you instantly out of guilt SMH. I would nuke the secret. Tell your friends, tell her friends, tell her parents, hell tell his parents. Let them know what kinda kids they raised. It's petty but will def get the message home. Thank God you found out now though bro, instead of further down this road. Love how she trickle-truthed you instantly out of guilt SMH. Next story 2. Together 6 years total, engaged 2 years and cheated on for 2 years. My fiancé and I had a stable relationship, or so it seemed. We fought about meaningless things but never about other people or ever felt the need to question our faithfulness. We both come from broken homes. His parents divorced before he was 2 and my parents should have gotten a divorce but never, because think about the children. I lived in a broken and toxic home and he lived in a broken home, and every other weekend he lived with his dad. We both spoke about never wanting that for our children, and in order to give our children a better life we would never step out of line or disrespect each other mentally, emotionally, or physically. If the foundation is broken then the whole house collapses. Honestly, not cheating is a given, bare minimum. He never allowed me to freely go through his phone, but honestly I never felt the need to, and I knew he was very private. I'm open, he's not. I respected it, he respected me, haha. One night I randomly noticed he had given me the pin to his iPad and a thought occurred, I wonder if that's his phone password too. I regret unlocking his phone, the pain it has caused. First message was from a girl he had never mentioned before, so I knew it wasn't a regular friend. I saw pictures of them on dates, I saw him tell her he missed her and couldn't stop thinking about her. I saw their intimate messages. I was so hurt I went numb. I couldn't feel. All I could do was focus on breathing. Next I opened his best friend's chat. And just like that girl was nothing, meaningless like bump on our road. In those messages I found out my fiancé, who I loved and trusted with my life, my heart, and my health, had been cheating on me with escorts and intimate workers. Multiple. Thousands of dollars worth. Maybe 10 girls, not sure how many thousands of dollars, but more than 3K. I traced it back to 2 years worth of cheating. I feel like an idiot. The amount of trust one had for this man now seems so ridiculous. I saw no signs. He would dash at night after his regular job, and that's what excuse he used to go out to hotels/motels at night to cheat on me. He told me he was working and I was at home, believing him and saying a prayer every night before heading to bed that he would come home safe after driving around the city delivering food. I prayed and worried. Meanwhile he was clapping cheeks. I live with him and my room is no longer available in my family home. I have no saving and I'm between jobs. I feel lost. I lost so much. He didn't denying anything and answered all questions once I woke him up at 4 a.m. by throwing his phone at him. He asked for forgiveness and chance to make it work. He cried. He gave me full access to everything. I said yes to marrying him. I was creating a life with him. He was my person. We never wore condoms because I have fertility issues, so we knew pregnancy wasn't a concern, and although we didn't want to purposely get pregnant, we wanted to have a family together. I feel so violated. I loved and trusted so purely, I'm embarrassed of it. I never even allowed a man to flirt with me. It was never hard staying faithful. Comment. Wow, I'm so sorry this happened to you, sending virtual hugs. Did he give you an engagement ring? Sell it for a down payment on your new life. The key word is give. It was a gift. Get tested and get away. As hard as this is, do not under any circumstances give him a second chance. He is a serial cheater, and a narcissist. I hope you read this and understand the only couples, and they are even few, who can reconcile and have a healthy relationship do so under these conditions. One-time episode. Out extreme guilt and remorse, cheater confesses right away. Counseling, therapy, and consequences are put in place. Your fiancé would have never told you any of this had you not found it. Remember that fact no matter what he tells you. No matter how many tears he sheds, he'd have never shed a one if you hadn't found out. He'd have married you, lied to you, and slept with these women continually. Remember when he guilts you and begs and pleads, that he would have kept this to his grave if he could have. He tried to steal yourself.